Hey everybody, and welcome inside the studios of WTHR here downtown Indianapolis. I'm Dominic Miranda, and you may have noticed the past few months, as far as sports goes, I've been the only contributor, but I am happy, pleased, very excited to announce that is no longer the case. We finally have our new sports contributor, sports guy here at WTHR. His name is Eli Gehn, and he joins me right now here in studio. Eli, we are very, very excited to have you here, sir.
Well, likewise.
Happy to have you start your journey here at WTHR. Why don't you tell the people a little bit about yourself? You're going to see this guy around town. He's going to be on air very, very soon for us, and he joins us at the perfect time for sports here in Indianapolis.
Yes, everything's starting to ramp up a little bit. Just a little bit of a background. I've been doing this a very long time. I actually got into the business in 2014 professionally, where I started actually just up the road in South Bend at WNDU, the NBC affiliate up there. And then I was there from 2014 to about the middle of 2018. And then I got hired in Lexington, Kentucky to work at LAX 18, where I then worked for 6.5 years as of recently. So now I've had this opportunity. I'm taking full advantage of it and excited to get going. And as you mentioned, things are starting to ramp up right now, so excited to get into the fold of it.
Pacers playoffs,
That's right.
Fever starting up, the Indianapolis 500. It doesn't get better this time of
sure.
year. You joined us at the exact perfect time. What has been your favorite thing that you've been able to cover? You've been Midwest through and through, South Bend, Lexington. You're from Illinois.
Yep.
You got a Bears fan here,
That's
an
right.
Illinois
Yeah.
fan, a Cubs fan. We love that around here, around these parts. But what have you had the pleasure of covering in your career that really sticks out? I mean, Notre Dame football sticks out to me. Kentucky basketball, You've had a little bit of everything.
Yeah, a little bit of everything, but the one thing that certainly sticks out is Kentucky Derby coverage. Unbelievable, the pageantry, the atmosphere, and being the NBC affiliate in Lexington, we had a bunch of some things that we could do there that not a lot of other stations could do. So it was phenomenal. My most memorable Derby experience in coverage, Rich Strike winning a couple of years ago as the longest odds favorite to win the Derby in about 100 years. So there's a bunch that you mentioned, like there's Notre Dame football, there's Kentucky basketball, there's Frozen Four with Notre Dame, but also like you talk about like high schools and covering state championships. The board is full with things that we've been able to accomplish over the last 12 years of coverage, so it's been a blast. But yeah, Kentucky Derby, I would say, stands out the most, and then looking to implement that into now the Indy 500, which comes up next month.
Right, I was going to say, man, they kind of go hand in hand, don't they? Just with the spectacle that those events, they bring to the table, the atmosphere, the energy, the kind of, man, it really is just a spectacle, both the Indianapolis 500 and the Kentucky Derby. So my guess is you'll fit right in just fine. It's going to get busy, but it's going to be a lot of fun. What are you most looking forward to covering here? I mean, you've had experience with the big events, and I tell you what, Indianapolis has no shortage of that. IU, Purdue, Colts, Pacers, Fever, you name it. All-star games, Final Fours, everything in between. But what are you looking forward to getting your hands on here in Indianapolis?
Well, I think you can agree with this, is when you get into this business, the dream is always, at least for me, it was to cover pro sports.
Right.
And I got a dash of that when you look at Notre Dame football and Kentucky basketball, just different when it comes to the college level. But covering professional sports is where I always wanted to end up at. So you mentioned it, Colts, Pacers, which getting right into the playoffs to off the jump. And then you have the Fever, who are coming in with Caitlin Clark taking everything over pretty much globally and within the league to help that league grow. So like that's what I'm looking forward to, is getting into the rhythm of seeing how those operations work. Feel like I got some experience in dealing with that sort of thing, but just excited for the new opportunity that we're looking forward to.
We are absolutely excited to have you. I know everybody in the newsroom feels the exact same way. There's no shortage of sports content like we've been talking about right here. So to have extra set of hands and a phenomenal employee from all accounts, there's no doubt about that. We are pumped to have you. What was it about WTHR that really drew you here? I know like we said, we're excited to have you. There's so much to cover, and we certainly needed it in the sports department. But what stuck out to you about WTHR?
I'll try to keep it a little bit short. So when you get to a certain age in your career and a certain depth of how long you've been doing it, you sort of want to challenge yourself in different ways. And I think when we started looking at different job opportunities, this rolled across our desk, and I've certainly, without a doubt, we have some ties here from ties in South Bend. Obviously, our news director, Scott Hums, he worked in South Bend at WNDU. It's countdown to kickoff. There's a fraternity there. There's other employees in this building who have had ties with my former station. So that stood out right away. And then it just comes to, I'm a little familiar with Indianapolis, not completely, but when it comes to THR, this was always a highly reputed place to be at. And I remember that just from my time starting in South Bend. So when this opportunity came up, I was like, let's go attack this thing. Let's see what we got. If I'm not mistaken, I don't even know if 2014, would you have been a senior at Northwood or were you just out of there?
2014, it was a junior. Going into my senior year at Northwood High School, baby, Napanee, Indiana, which he would have covered.
That's right.
That area.
Which is crazy. So then I saw like, oh, Dominic works there. That's kind of fun. I remember covering your brother playing basketball.
There you go.
For sure. So it just everything fit together. Everything just moved so naturally with it, and it just felt like the right thing for us to do. So being in a place for nearly 7 years and changing it up, it's a little bit different for us. We're going to have to get used to it. But yeah, certainly that's what stood out with all of this. It's like you can't pass up on something like this.
No question about it. We couldn't pass up on this guy. He was a runaway favorite. He dominated the whole way through, and it was an easy choice for us. We're pumped to have you here. Man. And I didn't know Vincent Miranda would be mentioned today. That's fun. I'm definitely going to have to give him a call after this. But that is Eli Gehn, everybody. You're going to see him around town. He's going to be on air very, very soon, like you said. And we're going to do a lot more with WTHR Plus coming up with Pacers, Fever, Colts, everything. We're going to be pumping WTHR Plus full of content, extended content now. I have a guy to banter with now. This is perfect. This is absolutely great. Thank you so much, sir, for making some time. He's got all the time in the world. He's here now. We got him. So Eli Gehn, everybody. I'm Dominic Miranda. We're going to be bringing you all the sports content you could ever ask for right here on 13 Sports and on WTHR Plus. We'll see if Eli comes back for next week. We'll see.